I spent a lot of time with Pikachu, and I could listen to the whole episode just Pikachu's lines and be quite content. I like all the starters. I mean, how could you not? But I'm going to have to stick with Pikachu for this one, too.
How did you get the audition, the part for Ash?
I was working on Slayers. I don't know how many of you have seen that anime, but the same company who was producing Slayers got Pokemon, so I was asked to audition for that. Originally, my first animation, I just got a recommendation from an acting coach I was working with on a monologue for another audition I had. And so that was kind of by chance that I got recommended for something, and then I got hired for that, and then that was for Central Park Media, and they continue to use me in other things too.
Now you guys come up with all these questions.
They're going to come up with many just to see you run around the room. Great job, great job.
I just want to say you're a huge inspiration for me, and I'm going to ask a question that I think all of us want to know.
Okay.
Do you think Ash and Misty are the best couple in Pokemon?
Well, thank you for saying that I inspire you. I think I'm going to dash all your hopes now because, no, I don't think they're a very good couple.
Thank you.
They're 10 years old. I think they're great friends, though, and I think even through everything, they would always remain really good friends. Whether they will date eventually, or if they ever will become 16, I don't know. Would Ash ask Misty to the prom? I'm not sure. Would Mr. Mime drive them? I'm not sure. But no, I think they're good friends, but I can't imagine them dating at all. So, sorry. Nor can I imagine him like with May either, you know what I mean? So, just to say, it's nothing against Misty.
If you were asked to make another Pokemon movie, would you agree?
Absolutely. We were all replaced after season 8 without a choice as to whether to go on with the show or not. So, if I had a chance to play Ash again, I would definitely do it.
Well, I think everybody here would probably like to see that, wouldn't you?
Yeah! You're just vamping in between while you get to the first again. Yeah, no, I'm just joking.
I work in the call center environment. I gotta fill that air.
That's right, you're very good.
So, when Pikachu ever talks, do you ever understand what he's saying?
I think that specifically, does Ash understand Pikachu's language? Pika-Pees, No, I don't think so. But can Ash understand what Pikachu needs or wants? Yes, I think so. The same way that when you're talking to your pet, when your dog looks at you, you know what your dog wants. And you guys can communicate even though you don't have the same language. I think all of us as human beings have the capacity to communicate with anyone from anywhere because we are open-hearted and can listen. And so I think Ash and Pikachu have developed that where they're almost intuitively aware of one another. But can Ash speak Pikachu? No. I think he'd like to.
I have to say, you did work in One Piece as young Sanji and Robin, right?
Yes, I did. In the 4Kids version of One Piece, I played young Sanji, which was the greatest role ever because David Moo has the most amazing voice, and to try to be him as a kid was really a challenge and awesome for me. And I played Nico Robin in that also.
My brother, he's actually a really big fan of Pokemon, and he wasn't able to come today because he has a soccer tournament, and I just wanted to know if you had a few minutes for him.
Well, I'm a big soccer player myself, so I would have to say best of luck. Hopefully the team can work together and do their best, and I hope you win. It's not all about winning, as Ash would tell you. Really? As he's don't know, come on, details. So he may not have won that much. Yes?
I've been sitting here trying to think of like the weirdest question I could ask you, and I'm just gonna ask, what do you think about PETA's campaign against Pokemon because it's like animal slavery.
Wow. No comment. Actually, I didn't. Do they really have? Is that?
A small one.
Is that? Oh, okay. PETA. Is that like Pokemon?
It's people for the ethical treatment of animals.
Of animals. Well, you know, I'm all for ethical treatment, actually. So it would be hard for me to say, like, that's crazy, they're just Pokemon, because they do have feelings. And I do think, ultimately, the trainer and their Pokemon work together and train. And as we've seen with Charizard and other Pokemon, they do leave sometimes. So there is some free will and free reign with the Pokemon. Once they get out of the Pokeball, they're encapsulated in. So that, I think, is probably not the best, to keep them in the Pokeball. Unless it's enormous, like I Dream of Jeannie's bottle, you know. There's more, it's better inside the ball than out. But I'm definitely for ethical treatment of animals and Pokemon. But speaking as Ash, I'd have to say that he really treated his Pokemon well. So hopefully they wouldn't come after him.
How did Ash find Pikachu?
How did he find Pikachu? Well, one day, Ash woke up and it was the beginning of his Pokemon journey, and his Dodrio alarm clock woke him up, and he was late, and he ran out in his pajamas to Professor Oak's laboratory, and all the starter Pokemon were gone. But there was one left that Professor Oak didn't really want him to have. But Ash took him, actually, and Pikachu shocked him. So Ash got some rubber gloves to deal with Pikachu, and they set off on their journey. With a spare pair of underwear in his backpack. Just one. It's true.
I don't even want to know that.
Hi, my name is Casey. My brother is a big fan of Pokemon, but he's a little shy.
Okay. Does he have a question?
Mr. Brother? Mr. Brother?
I like your shirt, by the way. It's awfully nice. Did you have a question?
A Pokemon series that when Ash discovered Bulbasaur, why did the Pokédex say they did not know to consider him a plant or a Pokemon?
I guess because it's essentially an animal, a Pokemon with vines coming out of it that grow out. So I think there is some kind of blurred line there. But ultimately we know it's a Pokemon that has incredibly cool power to like vine whip you, which is terrible to say. But, so I think that's why. I think it's the same, like if you didn't take a bath for, I don't know, a month, you would probably have stuff that would start growing on you too, like, I don't know, plants. You could plant a seed behind your ear and all the goo that was back there, and then you might not have a clear line between being human and a plant also. I'm not saying you should try that. Summer is coming and watermelon seeds do